It was good. We're a little bit more or less contact today, not a padded day for us. So trying to get a lot of situational football going. I thought our guys handled sometimes we put no pads on, right? The intensity goes down. And I think they did a really good job keeping the intensity while we took the contact out.
Coach, if you think you had to play a game today, how would you feel, or a game this weekend, how would you feel about that?
I'd feel pretty good about it. Obviously, we have not gotten to game plan stuff, but from a physical standpoint, a mental standpoint, guys understanding what we're trying to get accomplished, I'd feel pretty confident with this group right now.
When we were here last, you talked about needing discipline over motivation for these fall camp practices. How has that level of discipline been from your team, and how have you been able to keep it at a high level?
Yeah, I'm really proud of this group for the way they've really attacked fall camp. We're really done. Tomorrow's really kind of the last day of true fall camp. So watching these guys have really long days, but weeks and blocks going by like fast, right? It seems like we were just starting camp not too long ago. So I do think our guys have done a really nice job of staying disciplined, kind of keeping the main thing, and keeping all their sights set on where we're going. And that's, hey, getting ready for Cal Poly.
With quarterback Joshua Wood, how has it been watching him in the offense with this influx of receiver talent and then just all of the offensive weapons that you guys have?
Yeah, Joshua's been really good all fall camp. He's really had a phenomenal camp. He was down yesterday with just a light illness, so we kept him home, and we missed him, right? He came back today, and I thought did a phenomenal job in our situational scenarios that we put in front of him today, and he's having a really good camp, and I think he's starting to develop a really good rapport with this group of receivers.
Any reason for practicing inside here today?
Trying to get a little bit of heat, right? We're gonna, be down in California in the morning here. It's pretty cool still, and so we're trying to get our bodies accustomed a little bit more heat, a little bit of humidity, because we will see some of that throughout the season.
Awesome. And then last two for you. Obviously, there's a lot of excitement around the offense with all those weapons that we just talked about. What have you seen from the defensive side in camp here that's made you excited?
The D tackles, man, and the D line just in general. I think it all starts up front, and we're very deep at those positions right now. So we feel like guys can get in there and give full speed reps. If they're tired, they can come out, and we don't lose a lot with that next man coming in. So I think that's probably stood out to me the most with this group, is just the way that they've played, and really the defense as a whole, I think, is just on the same page. Communication's been much better, especially in the secondary. And again, I think that just speaks to the experience, right? We got more guys returning from a year ago. So just seeing that group really kind of gel has been great. Our offense is a lot of things, right? We can do a lot of different things. We can be different, and I think our defense has handled it accordingly. So that's really nice to see us be able to handle different personnel groupings, tempo, all those things. I think Coach Stalker and the group have really coached these guys up and have them flying around.
And then last one for you, was there any main theme for this week's week of practice?
Urgency to execute, right? We got to be urgent to execute. That's been our theme of this block. Each unit's got their own theme, each position group's got their own theme, but really as a group, as a program, just urgency to execute.
All right, Joshua, just going through fall camp, how has it been so far? Obviously, you guys are getting a little bit to the dog days of fall camp, but how's it been?
It's been great, just being able to be out here with the guys, just every single day competing. Offense going against defense, special teams locking in, and just being able to work hard every day, execute at a high level.
Awesome. With the influx of talent in the receiver room for you, how has that been getting to play with those guys? Obviously some returning talent, some incoming talent. What does that look like, and how has that been for you on the offense?
It's been great. When we got a number of guys and so much depth in that room, just being able for each person just go as hard as they can, because they know they got another guy right behind them that's going to come in and compete at a high level just like how they are. So it's been great for me. All I got to do is just get the ball to them and let my playmakers go make plays.
Have there been any big adjustments, not that you want to give away too much, but any big adjustments or things that you guys have really improved on or changed in the offense here in the fall camp?
No, we've been keeping everything to what we did in the spring, just, executing it at a higher level than what we had already did, and just playing our game, being a high explosive offense, and being able to just run the ball. That's the main thing. We got to start with the run so then we can get the pass game going.
How has it been with Coach Shoemaker running his offense? How has that been for you, and are you excited about the season from the offensive side?
Yeah, I'm absolutely excited. Just being able to be in Coach Shoemaker's offense, it's exciting. Like I said, high explosive offense, being able to take the easy things for us as quarterbacks as well, and just getting the ball to our playmakers.
Awesome. And then all those playmakers, again, the receivers, just talk about some of those players that you have and some of those guys that you have as weapons there on the
Yeah,
offense.
absolutely. We got Ryan Giziaro, Tony Harsey, Zach Card. We got Noah West Bronco, Mark McCraney, and there's a lot more guys. Yada Alexander, a lot more. We got a good about 10 to 12 that's on the depth chart that's going to be able to come in and be able to travel. It's going to be hard to pick those guys to travel, so because we're so much in depth, and so being able to be able to throw to those guys every single day, it's been exciting, and also with our running backs as well. So everybody in general is going to be exciting, and being ready to compete. Yeah.
Awesome. And then last one for you. If game one were to be this weekend, how would you feel, and do you think you guys are ready to go?
I feel highly about it. Coach Stalker, he's got the defense locked in. Coach Shoemaker, he has our offense locked in. Coach Beggs, he's got the special teams. And so every single day, just being out here, come out here and compete, and seeing those guys compete as well, especially when ones are off the field, and me being able to see how everyone's taking their reps seriously, and the level of competition of how we've expressed over the course of fall camp.
It was a good practice today. Offense, defense, we've been competing, and Bag's getting the special teams going. We worked on a little kickoff today, putting in some new looks, and I think today was a pretty good day, especially with no pads on.
Absolutely. For you individually, how has fall camp gone? In general, how have you improved individually here?
This is my fourth fall camp, so like always, it's a grind. But I think for me, getting to learn the new defense with Stalker, it's been awesome. And then, just as a player, what I've gone better at, I feel like I've grown, my coverage skills have grown from what they used to be, and getting to learn, I'm playing a little bit more field and boundary now at safety. And then also the special teams, like I said, Bags with all these new schemes, it's pretty cool to see what we got going on. So I think this has been a good fall camp so far.
Talk about your relationship with Coach Stalker and what he means to the defense, as well as kind of maybe some expectations and some things that you've seen improvements in the defense here.
Okay, wait, can you repeat that again?
Yep, just talk about your relationship with Coach Stalker, and then any defensive improvements that you've seen here throughout fall camp.
My relationship with Stalker, Stalker's a great coach. He's somebody that you can look up to. He's hard on guys. He wants guys to be great. He's always pushing us to do our best. And your other part about the defense and how it's changed up a little bit, I really like what we got going on in the red zone right now. I think our red zone defense has really improved. Also, I think our defense, everything, we look the same. I feel like our offense has a hard time reading what we're playing, and I think that's a huge improvement from last year. I feel like last year our defense, was more easy to read and stuff, so this year I like the disguises.
And last one for you, if you guys had game one this weekend, how would you feel going into it? Where do you think you're at?
This weekend, I'd feel great. I'm excited. I wish it could be this weekend, but we gotta wait still, more time to improve, so I'm excited to get going. Cal Poly, here we come.
Awesome. Thank you very much. That's all I got.